Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to another figure review. Today, I'm going to be reviewing Figure Arts Golza. And this is certainly going to be a very, very interesting figure, mainly because I was expecting it to actually have a ball-jointed tail, but to my surprise, it has a wire tail. So let's get into this. I do apologize if I sound a bit stuffy. I am not doing the best. I'm a little bit under the weather, but I'm honestly doing okay. So, I'm going to be honest here for a second. I was not expecting a wired tail at all. And, I mean, the sculpt of, the rubber tail looks fine. There's a little bit of a blemish right there. But honestly, I can get past that. That's fine. I mean, the one thing I'm really worried about is if you have not seen my review video with the Hammond Collection Brachiosaurus, its whole neck was a wire and it basically snapped. Now, meanwhile, that was Mattel, and this is Bandai, Tamashii, or whatever you want to call it. So I hope that the wire inside the tail is better quality. But first things first, let's get into the paint. Now, I will have to admit, the head sculpt is very, very nice with this glossy paint right up on there on the top. Now, I'm not 100% sure on, Golza's, powers or his backstory and everything. I mean, I looked up some stuff on the Wikipedia, but I'm going to be doing more research as I start getting more of these figures. But I'm actually very surprised on the amount of detail Golza has, though. I mean, this is pretty insane. Now, meanwhile, if you look at a front-facing view, his face, it doesn't look too good, but obviously from a side point right there, it looks absolutely amazing. And if you open up the mouth right here, it is actually on a ball joint, so that's actually pretty fun. It's on a hinge. That means I can make it go back and forth like this. Oh, sorry, I apologize about the dog. But yeah, I mean, the inside of the mouth actually looks very, very good, even with all the little individual teeth that are painted. I'm actually very impressed because usually when it comes to the Godzilla figures, their teeth applications don't look up to par compared to this, which I am very surprised. I'm not gonna lie. And even with all the tiny little ridges and details all throughout the neck, just look absolutely beautiful. Now, starting over here for the chest and shoulder area, we got ourselves a nice little shading glossy paint throughout, I guess, his armor pieces right here. And the little cracks, or I guess indents, that show crevices right over here are very, very nicely detailed. Even for the arms, for these little silver pieces they're all painted individual with this nice silver paint. Looks really good. And I'm actually glad that there's no drippage. I can tell that there's nothing wrong with that paint application at all. And I mean, right now, appearance-wise, Golza just looks fantastic. Now then, let's get into some articulation, because it's Figure Arts and not Monster Arts, which is very surprising, which, to be honest, I think Monster Arts should honestly make Ultraman Kaiju, because I think that'd be really cool to see them do that. So let's get right down to the head here. Obviously, we already saw this mouth was on a ball joint, so it could go flailing all around and make a little side jaw there. This head can bend at least this far up, it seems like. I do not want to chance it with that ball joint. His head could look all the way that down, even, oh my god, even further because of that elbow, the torso crunch, even the neck right here. All of this right here is one solid piece, so this does not move. But there is a ball joint right here that helps that situation, which is honestly really nice. And with the shoulder right here, you can lift up that high, which this area right here, this is on a this is on its own separate thing here, so it's loose. It's not connected to this arm, so that's actually kind of good. So that means he can move a little bit more freely, which we do get some nice arm articulation there. The elbow can go about that far, so he can't T-pose. But what's nice is I could definitely twist it up like this, maybe pull it back so it looks like he's about to ready slap somebody or scratch him across the torso there. And for the, we already saw where the abdomen's right here. There's a ball joint down here, and there's a ball joint, I believe, up here. So that allows him to really get some, get some good articulation. And I mean, especially when he's looking up, though, he can look up pretty well. He can look down very well. So that is definitely a good A in my book. And down to the legs here, we have ourselves I think that's a ball joint. I'm not too sure if it's a ball joint or swivel joint. He can kick about that far. I do not want to test it because I just got him, and I'd like to use him for stop motion. He can obviously stomp down like that. And same with the other leg. He's got a little ankle. He got some good ankle articulation right there. And yeah, I think he's got some pretty good, really good articulation, especially for, I think this figure's like a year or two old now. So definitely not bad at all. Now, my main worry is the tail. The tail is definitely scared. I don't even want to touch it because I'm scared. Because even like, if you can tell right here, I can squish it. I can squeeze it. And that means the wire's not big. That means the wire is not thick. Which is, I think that's worse. And my issue is, if that wire breaks, it can puncture right through, and then that's just gonna look horrendous. But you know what? We're gonna, oh boy, I'm scared. Yeah, you can, oh jeez. I mean, yeah, you can get some good articulation in with that wire. I'm not gonna force it. I just do not want to force it. That is a huge downside with wired tails, is if you break it, you can't replace it. You cannot fix it. The only way you're going to be able to fix it is by buying a whole new figure. That is it. And it's game over. Which, personally, I prefer ball-jointed tails. I really hope that we actually get a reissue or, like, a newer version of him. But I doubt that because since he recently came out. But let's hope that someday we do, and it will not have a wired tail. As it looks nice aesthetically, and it looks a lot nicer and smoother, but at the same time, it looks out of place for some reason. Because, you know, I'm used to always seeing these little grooves and little digits here and everything, just to notify like where the articulation is. And meanwhile, this is just one big solid piece. It's a little off-putting. But you know what? Let's get some good photo shoots with him, and then, you know, we'll be on our way. Now, obviously, I haven't used Golza or stop motion yet, but I have a feeling he's probably going to be a very, very high-quality figure. Just worried about the wired tail, so I'd probably give him a 7 out of 10. He's a pretty good quality figure. If you ever have the opportunity of picking him up, I would recommend, if you do not mind the wired tail. He's very nicely detailed. He's got a lot of good articulation, so I think he'd make any collection better. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching my video. Please like and subscribe if you're new, and don't forget to ring the bell. I hope you all have a wonderful day.